Hey, it's Alex, and I'm super excited to share something that totally changed my content game. I'm talking about turning those long videos into snackable, viral-ready clips automatically. The tool is called Vizard, and honestly, if you're still doing things the old way, you're about to save massive amounts of time. I mean the old school grind, scrubbing hours of footage, guessing what will land, and manually exporting everything. Vizard basically takes over that whole boring, repetitive part of making short-form content for you. Crucially, it still lets you keep all of your final creative control over the output. So here is the core vibe. You just drop your long video into the platform. The AI immediately scans the entire thing to find the absolute most engaging moments. Then it spits out several clips that are already ready for you to post immediately. These aren't just random cuts that the system thinks are okay. No, it specifically looks for those high energy spikes, genuine laugh lines, and punchlines that actually perform well on TikTok and Reels. From that initial AI batch, you can then quickly tweak captions and select the perfect hook. You can even grab suggested hashtags and schedule the whole thing out right there. Seriously, it feels like having an expert editor, a social strategist, and an assistant all rolled into one handy package. If you haven't poked around Vizard yet, you'll find the interface is incredibly simple to navigate. You can easily upload from your computer, connect to the cloud, or even link a recent live stream recording. Once you upload, the AI immediately gets to work analyzing the source material. On the left-hand side, you have a menu to manage all your different projects and any integrations you've set up. The main editing timeline also feels familiar enough that you definitely won't need some marathon tutorial session just to get started. But let's be real, the absolute real magic happens in the automated editing engine. It intelligently picks out all those potentially viral parts from your lengthy videos. Then it turns those moments into multiple unique short clips, letting you test different angles without any of the manual heavy lifting. One feature I personally love is how Vizard gives you several distinct clip styles right out of the box. Do you want a rapid-fire jump cut montage style for fast delivery? Or maybe you prefer a slower reveal complete with custom captions and some dramatic music. The tool makes both of those formats incredibly easy to generate. It serves you these different formats so you can effectively A/B test content without having to re-edit everything from scratch. And because it automatically finds several candidate clips for you, you never have to settle on just one initial idea. You can post a whole batch across the week and then see which specific concept actually spikes in views. Now, people always ask me what the real difference is between this and the usual video editors they already use. Or maybe compared to those other single-function content apps out there. Well, most editing tools are fantastic if you absolutely love doing manual, repetitive work, but the reality is most creators simply don't have that extra time. Other platforms might handle scheduling perfectly, but they completely skip smart clip selection. Conversely, some do the clip selection brilliantly, but then leave scheduling and final distribution as a separate headache you still have to manage. Some of the competitors I've seen will actually charge you a premium just to unlock each extra feature you actually need. Others might try to force you into buying into a massive, complex software suite that's overkill. Vizard smartly bundles all of the truly good stuff together in one place. This includes automated clip finding, instant caption and hashtag suggestions, and a central content calendar. You can schedule and manage all your posts across your different social channels from that calendar. This means you can finally move from the initial idea straight to the published content seamlessly. To show you how effective this is, let me walk through how I'd use Vizard for something specific, like my street photography tips video. First, I simply upload the full, raw, unedited source video file. While that long file is processing in the background, I can select a primary goal for the output. For instance, do I want the AI to focus on generating purely educational clips, or quick actionable tips, or maybe a short behind-the-scenes mini-documentary? Choosing that specific goal actually helps the AI prioritize the moments that best fit that intended vibe. Next, Vizard analyzes the audio waveform and the visuals simultaneously, and suggests the top 8 to 12 clips that are statistically most likely to perform well. It literally highlights the exact timestamps for you and gives a short, helpful rationale, which is clutch when you are editing on a tight schedule. Sometimes the rationale will say something like, strong hook identified at 0:42, or authentic laugh detected at 3:10. From that suggested list, you can easily preview every single clip right there in the interface. You can change the in and out points with a simple slider, tweak the crop for specific platforms, and pick an overall edit style. Vizard also proactively suggests contextually relevant captions and accompanying hooks based on the clip's content. For example, if the clip focuses on composition tips, it might suggest a scroll-stopping hook like, stop making this composition mistake right now. That suggestion is usually short, provocative, and exactly what you need to stop the scroll. Of course, you can immediately edit those suggested captions to perfectly match your unique personal voice. I always tweak the suggested wording to sound a little bit more like myself, but having that starting point is a massive time saver. It really helps when you are just staring blankly at an empty caption box trying to find the right words. Moving on to audio, another small but absolutely killer feature is that Vizard suggests relevant hashtags. It can also surface trending sounds or background music tracks that perfectly fit the tone of your specific clip. You can even audition those suggested tracks right inside the application to see examples of how similar audio performed on TikTok. Now, yes, you absolutely have the option to upload your own music if you prefer that route. But those built-in suggestions are invaluable when you are unsure which sound will best vibe with the content. Where Vizard truly shines for creators obsessed with consistency is definitely in the scheduling process. Instead of exporting clips and jumping between 5 different apps just to schedule posts, you take a different approach here. You just set your desired posting frequency, perhaps 3 times a week, for example. Then Vizard automatically schedules those clips based on when your specific audience is statistically most active online. If you ever need to tweak those posting times later on, you simply open the content calendar and drag the clips around on the timeline. That same calendar lets you bulk edit captions or swap out background music across several scheduled posts at once. For those who still want total control, there are always clear options to manually approve every single scheduled post before it officially publishes. I must say, when you compare this to tools that only let you plan posts or only let you edit, Vizard's integrated approach saves me actual hours every single week. Other high-end editors give you fine-grained control, but they require an endless number of clicks to get anything done. Meanwhile, standalone schedulers don't help you create the actual content that needs scheduling in the first place. Vizard neatly bridges that entire gap so you can focus exclusively on creating and connecting with your actual audience. Another part of the platform I really appreciate is the content calendar view itself. It is not just some static, boring planner for your reference. It's the living hub where your generated clips reside, where you can see all scheduled captions, view quick analytics, and leave notes all in one unified place. If you notice one clip is underperforming slightly, you can clone it, tweak the caption, and reschedule it to a different time slot in mere minutes. Conversely, if one clip absolutely crushes it with huge engagement numbers, you can instantly push variants of that clip to multiple platforms without rebuilding the entire thing. It creates a very natural, iterative workflow for anyone trying to run consistent social media campaigns without needing to hire a dedicated full-time team. Furthermore, the built-in collaboration features are surprisingly clean and very straightforward to use. You can easily invite your teammates, drop specific comments on individual clips, and hand off drafts for final approval, which avoids that endless emailing of exported files. Some platforms claim to be collaborative but then lock essential features behind expensive enterprise pricing tiers. Vizard keeps that entire workflow incredibly accessible so that even small creator teams can use it effectively right away. I also want to take a moment to highlight just how flexible the AI editing prompts truly are. You can ask the AI to be much more concise if you're aiming for a sharp 15-second hook video, or you can instruct it to expand on a single moment to create a full 60-second mini-teaching segment. Do you need less of the original voiceover and more custom on-screen text highlighting key points? You can simply toggle that preference. Want the suggested script or caption to sound noticeably more punchy, more professional, or maybe even more casual? You can ask the built-in assistant to instantly rephrase the text to match that specific tone. It genuinely feels like having a dedicated editor who instantly adapts to your changing style preferences moment by moment. For creators who worry about their content sounding too robotic or feeling too much like a forced advertisement, Vizard keeps things very human. The tool provides an excellent starting point with the suggested captions and hooks, but the personalization step is completely up to you. For example, I often take the suggested script and then layer in my own personal anecdotes or add a completely different punchline to make sure it sounds completely authentic. That perfect balance is ultimately what drives the best engagement. AI-powered speed paired with genuine, human-powered personality. If you are currently comparing Vizard to using TikTok's in-app editor or those separate creative assistant apps, here is a quick reality check. TikTok's native tools are perfectly fine for making one-off posts, but they simply do not scale when you're working with hours of source footage across multiple different platforms. Other creative assistants might give you great trend data and hashtag suggestions, but they won't automatically extract the exact segment from your long video and prepare the variants for Reels, Shorts, and TikTok. Vizard is the platform that handles that entire end-to-end workflow in one integrated step. My top tip for everyone is this: use Vizard to batch produce an entire week's worth of content in a single sitting. You pick one long video or live stream, let the system generate all the clips overnight while you sleep. Then you spend just one focused hour polishing captions and setting up the schedule. You instantly free up so much valuable mental space for actually creating new ideas instead of just getting stuck in editing hell. All right, so here's the quick recap. Vizard auto-edits viral clips from your long content. It suggests captions, hooks, and trending sounds, and then puts everything into a content calendar for auto-scheduling. This means you can post consistently without manually exporting and juggling a dozen different apps. You get the benefit of multiple clip styles, easy collaboration, and the ability to tweak everything so it still sounds genuinely like you. If you would like a personalized walkthrough or want me to demo this using one of your own long videos, please hit me up. I'm genuinely happy to walk through a project and show you exactly how to get consistent short-form posts out of just one recording. Seriously, The moment you try batching your content with Vizard, you will immediately see how much easier scaling your brand becomes. Go play around with it today and let me know what amazing clips you put out next. I'm excited to see your success.